On July 30th, 2026, the artificial intelligence industry quietly began shutting down the free compute giveaways that defined its early years. Developers only noticed the shift when GitHub Models, an extensive service that let programmers test various AI models for free, was abruptly retired. Automated coding workflows that relied on that free access simply broke without warning. The shutdown highlights a change in how people use AI. Users are moving away from typing single questions into a chat window and instead deploying autonomous agents that run continuously in the background to complete complex tasks. This chart shows the concept of token burn, comparing single human prompts to autonomous agents. When an AI loops continuously, checking its own work and iterating toward a goal, it consumes computational power at an exponential rate, making it economically impossible for companies to subsidize. That intense cost pressure is now forcing the largest technology companies to enforce strict internal token budgets on their own engineering teams. The industry's core value has shifted from the raw model to the active agent. This economic reality is forcing a sweeping structural correction across the entire sector. AI is stepping outside the chat interface to take direct action on external websites on your behalf, clicking through forms and making purchases. On August 4th, 2026, a U.S. federal appeals court sided with the AI search company Perplexity, striking down an order that blocks their shopping agent from buying items on Amazon. The court ruled that an AI agent is legally just a tool, operating much like a standard web browser. Under the law, the human user is the one visiting the site, not the bot. Because the bot acts as an extension of the user rather than an independent intruder, do-it-for-me automation tools now have strong legal protection against decades-old anti-hacking laws. Behind the scenes, developers are building the technical infrastructure to let these tools run uninterrupted. Environments like the open-source platform OpenChamber allow agents to operate completely in the background. You assign a goal, close your laptop, and the system coordinates up to 5 different AI models simultaneously, processing long strings of code and executing tasks while you are entirely offline. Equipped with new legal protections and persistent execution environments, these systems are operating as genuine digital workers in the real world. To make these digital workers reliable, the raw AI model requires complex external scaffolding, a surrounding structure of logic, memory, and precise instructions. Developers are currently flooding GitHub to star repositories built entirely out of agent skills and prompt-defined personality traits, prioritizing these instruction sets over traditional software code. The focus on skills comes from a specific engineering problem. As an autonomous agent teaches itself new methods, a few poorly learned habits can contaminate its entire internal library, dragging down overall performance. A solution called Verifier as Gatekeeper intercepts newly generated skills, vetting them with 3 independent checkers before adding them to the core toolkit. By blocking bad habits, the final skill library shrinks by 5 times, while agents hit a 72% success rate on complex tasks. Tracking the precise actions of these agents requires extreme storage efficiency. Developers recently prototyped a database method that compresses the entire revision history of an agent's document at a 250-to-1 ratio, shrinking gigabytes of text down to a few kilobytes. These engineering layers, the skills, the gatekeepers, and the storage architectures, now determine whether an agent delivers a result or fails entirely. The value has moved up the stack, away from training raw models and toward building the harnesses that control them. As agents take on complex execution, our role as users shifts away from generating raw text and towards strictly auditing their outputs. To properly audit an AI, you need it to speak clearly. You can strip away a chatbot's notoriously verbose, robotic style by adding a 2-word instruction to your prompt. Use SAST E100. That code is the official designation for Simplified Technical English, an international aerospace writing standard. Invoking it forces the AI to abandon padding and communicate in stark, direct sentences. Users are also directing AI to move beyond text entirely, employing it as an engine for interactive spatial learning. A recent viral project called Chip Tycoon demonstrates this by having an AI generate a colorful, clickable game that physically visualizes the complex multi-step manufacturing process of building a computer processor from sand. Strict control is even more critical at the institutional level. Anthropic recently deployed a version of Claude directly into the highest security U.S. government computing environments under the FedRAMP standard. To operate in that space, the system relies on tamper-resistant audit logs and requires a strict two-person human approval process before executing sensitive actions. The artificial intelligence industry has moved past the novelty of a chatting oracle. Our core responsibility now is to direct, limit, and rigorously audit the automated agents we deploy into the world.